Hey guys, welcome back to Mid-Card Mania. I'm Daniel, and tonight we're back to WWF, and this is WrestleMania 6. And the match that we're gonna be looking at is the mixed tag match. The Macho King, Randy Savage, and Sensational Queen Sherri going up against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and Sapphire, with Miss Elizabeth in their corner. And originally, Elizabeth was not booked to be, or was not scheduled to be in their corner. This was a surprise that they busted out. Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire said they're going to have the crowning jewel that's missing from, their crown, Savage and Sherri's crown, and they're going to put it in their crown. And of course, that turned out to be Miss Elizabeth. Kind of odd, it is kind of funny that, Savage turned heel before WrestleMania 5. And of course, effectively, they kind of, split kayfabe, for the next 3 WrestleManias. And yet, Miss Elizabeth has been somehow involved in each of his matches in each one. Because, WrestleMania 5, she was in a neutral corner. Here, she's in the opposing corner. And then, of course, the 7, she's, at ringside watching the match. And then, of course, comes to his rescue when he's at his lowest point. So, this is kind of interesting, I thought, even when they're separated, on screen, they're still in the matches together each year. So mixed tag match. This is actually the first ever, they said, in WWF history. Men fighting the men, women fighting women. That's it. Even though you do get a lot of the women cheap shotting the guys throughout this entire thing. When it's Savage versus Rhodes, it's pretty decent wrestling. However, when it's the women, a little rough. And I'll give all the credit in the world to Sherri Martel. I mean, she did a hell of a job trying to make Sapphire look good, but it was just rough. I mean, and I know Sapphire was a former wrestler at one point, back in the day, but clearly here, I mean, she was really old, and and I'm not poking fun at anybody. Believe me, you can look at me and tell I can't poke fun at anybody, but she's definitely out of shape in this thing. Sherri did her best to, make her look good. Like I said, this got kind of ridiculous. Like, Sapphire, her big move set here was, including, bumping her butt into her, and then, she went down. It's like, really? This is what, she's the former women's champion, and Sapphire's taking her down with little hip pops, or whatever. So, I don't know, it was just kind of like, at one point, Savage even hits Dusty Rhodes with the scepter. Doesn't go for the pin afterward, which really surprised me. I was like, really? You got him out right there. There it is, boom, WrestleMania payday, but no, it did. Match ends with Miss Elizabeth interfering, and of course, Sapphire causing, Sapphire to pin Sherri Martel. Scary Sherri's pinned, Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire win the match. So what I mean this match, this is not a wrestling match. This is definitely sports entertainment. I mean, through and through. With all the negative stuff, I had to say about, I guess, during this short review, I will say it was fun to watch. It was entertaining. I enjoyed, watching it. I was not bored a second. Once again, even though some stuff is a little ridiculous, even though I think overall I would much rather just seen Dusty Rhodes versus Macho King one-on-one at WrestleMania 6. Save this shit for, Saturday Night's Main Event or whatever. It was still entertaining to watch. It was still fun. And it gave Dusty Rhodes his victory. Because, to me, this is Dusty Rhodes, right? I know he's got, in NWA, he's a legend and, everything. But WWF, let's face it, he didn't have the best win-loss, at least pay-per-view-wise, win-loss record. He lost all the goddamn time. This is, one of the few times he actually did win. It was on the, his only WrestleMania wrestling appearance, I believe. So that's a plus right there. And once again, I didn't know Dusty Rhodes elsewhere, though. To me, this is Dusty Rhodes. Even though he was only in WWF for a year and a half, 2 years maybe, to me, it's the black with the yellow polka dotted, that's Dusty Rhodes. I know he had a massive career before, WWF. He went back to WCW afterwards, for a stint or whatever. But it's to me, it didn't matter. This is, so honestly, he had enough charisma to make up for the lackluster in-ring abilities. The down, whatever cons there were, Dusty Rhodes, the fact that he was just in it made up for it, in my opinion. And of course, I love Savage and I love Sherri, so it's just, it all works out, in the end right there. I liked it. I'm saying thumbs up on this thing. Let me know what you guys thought about the mixed tag match. Let me know in those comment section down below. And tune in next week We go back to WCW. I think we're going back there for both shows. But we're doing Capital Combat next week. So, yep. All right, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Till next time.